No Man's Sky, Expedition 7, Leviathan Redux. Hello No Man's Sky, it's your friend the Traveler. Happy holidays and welcome to today's special episode of No Man's Sky, Expedition 7 Leviathan Redux, where I'll be taking you on my journey through this arduous trek from start to finish. So let's not waste any time today and get right to it. First off, head to your ship to complete the milestone named A New Beginning. Fix up your ship and head to the anomaly. Be careful, in this run, this is permadeath mode and an unintentional death will result in you starting all over again. But no worries, let's intentionally kill ourselves now to get the next milestone called Iterate, Repeat, where we must die. Alright guys, let's load our game back up now and rinse and repeat. Head on back to your ship and collect your milestone rewards. On the way back, you can now complete A New Beginning for a second time and absorb a memory fragment from the previous milestone rewards given to get the Remembrance milestone complete. Next up, head on back to the anomaly again and report to Polo to get your Observing the Cycle milestone done. Now let's move on to the next milestone named Bounds Testing, where we have to help Polo search for patterns in the loop. And to do that, we need to install our solar ray. So let's go ahead and install that, and then head to a planet where we can mine the first deposit we find and use our solar ray to convert that material into liquid sun. Now that we've mined our liquid sun, let's head back to the anomaly and give it to Polo to complete the milestone named Bounds Testing. And all that's left to do now is to head over to the first anchor point, so let's giddy up. Okay, now that we've arrived and collected our rewards, let's begin the next milestone named Wake the Past and construct the Memory Resonator. And if you're wondering how to get the Ancestral Memories part, it's easy. Craft some creature pellets, go feed the first animal you come across. Click on it. After it's been fed, select the prompt named Harvest Ancestral Memories. Do that until you have enough, then craft the resonator. Okay, now that it's crafted, select it and head over to the waypoint it directs you to. Once you arrive, it's quite simple. Just find the beacon with your visor and click on it to complete the milestone named Wake the Past. Don't worry about this next milestone called Cycle Observed. It's actually an optional milestone and you can get it later on quite easily if you'd like. Alright guys, let's move on to the next phase in iteration 2, but before we do, I'd like to just dupe a few plans to get a small nest egg of nanites to complete a later milestone now called Cluster Horde, where you must earn 1,000 nanites, and also so that I can afford to buy some plans for my ship, as I'll need an emerald drive to get to the next anchor point anyways, so let's get this sorted and proceed. Now that I have my plans and a few different hyperdrives cataloged, I'm going to use my chromatic metal and get some cadmium to build them. Alright, now that our emerald drive is installed, we can start the journey to Anchor 2. Once we arrive and collect our rewards, we can complete our next milestone quite easily called To Crave the Stars, where we must use the Memory Resonator to seek the fallen traveler. Okay, now that we've arrived, just find the beacon and click on it to complete Crave the Stars. Moving on to our next milestone named the Anchor, where we must build a base on an infested planet. Well, look no further, just stay where you are and build one right here. Fellow travelers, I went ahead and built myself a shabby little box with a roof to complete this milestone and didn't have to go crazy building it. Just a little house will do. Moving on to the next milestone called Universal Language, where we must learn 3 words in each Vy'keen, Gek, and Korvax languages. So let's go do just that. It's very, very straightforward, and compared to some of the others coming up, pretty easy too. Okay, now that we've done that, let's move on to the next milestone named Atonement, where we must adopt a predatory creature. Now I found a red star system just a little bit above where we set down our base, on that infested world, you remember? So look closely for a system named Kujang, and you can find a planet there named Texas, where there is a predatory animal named Preddy Kruger. Go get one today to complete the milestone named Atonement. Alright, moving on folks to the next milestone called Fallen Giants, where we have to find and explore a freighter crash site. So head on over to any space station that isn't in a pirate system and go to the cartographer. Purchase one of the emergency cartographic data charts and dupe about, I'd say 20 or so. Keep clicking on it until you will eventually find a freighter crash site. It took me a long time and I had to travel to a bunch of different planets, but one finally showed up. Now that you've arrived, just click the big black computer sphere in the middle of the crash site to complete Fallen Giants and Iteration 2. Congratulations. Alright guys, let's head on over to Anchor Point 3 now. Set course, Warp Factor 9, engage. Okay travelers, now that we've arrived and collected our rewards, just like in past iterations, let's use our memory resonator and follow the beacon to its source. Once there, click on the beacon and complete the milestone named Obsession. Okay, let's begin the next milestone called Call of the Void, where we have to steal some whispering eggs. The best way to find these eggs quick is to use those emergency cartographic data charts until an abandoned building appears. Those buildings are where we can find the whispering eggs. So let's go find one of those buildings and head on over. Once you've located your target and arrived, let's get those eggs to complete the next milestone called Call of the Void, and get the heck out of here. Alright, the next milestone is pretty straightforward. It's called Calcified Echoes, and all we have to do is find 2 storm crystals. It took me some time, but I finally found this isotopic world that had storm crystals and just waited out there for a storm. Now you can find these in pretty much any extreme planets like boiling dooms, icy worlds, toxic ones, and even radioactive planets like we have here. So just go find one of those, be patient, and wait out a storm. You'll see these crystals as they stand out like a sore thumb. Okay, now that that's done, let's take one of those memory fragment rewards we've received from our inventory and click on it to complete the next milestone named Self-Improvement, where we must summon a memory fragment. Alright guys, this next one is pretty easy. Just duplicate yourself an expensive item. I chose wire looming and duplicated myself around 80, 40 for myself and 40 for selling. Now that I have that, let's head over to the space station and sell it to get the next milestone called Taking It With You, where you must earn 500,000 units. And we can also put an end to Iteration 3. Okay guys, let's head on over to Anchor Point 4. Alright, once we've arrived and collected our rewards, just like every time before, let's activate our memory resonator so we can complete the next milestone named Monomania. After we've arrived at the beacon just like before, finish the conversation and complete the milestone named Monomania. Alright guys, we're almost there. This next milestone is called Hot Pursuit, where we have to smuggle some black market goods from a pirate system into a good one without getting caught. It's actually very easy. All I did was follow the expedition path to the last rendezvous, and if you look very closely, a few systems behind the last rendezvous point, we will find a pirate outlaw system named Hukoya Tarks. Head on over there, let's giddy up. Alright, once we've arrived, let's go to the merchant and purchase some random stuff. Okay, now that we have our black market goods, let's head on back to the last rendezvous point and sell the goods at the space station there. Once you sell your goods, you'll complete the milestone named Hot Pursuit, having successfully smuggled and sold black market goods. Good job, fellow traveler. Now, like I said before, it's very important you follow the expedition path to this last rendezvous point because in that system is an aggressive sentinel planet named Entorine, where we can kill 2 milestones with 1 stone. Don't worry if you can't find the beacon, I have recorded the exact latitude and longitude here. Alright, now that you've arrived and found the nest, deactivate it and complete Pugnium Dreams, where we must kill 5 sentinels, and another milestone called Banished Glass, where we have to completely deactivate all sentinel forces, and all without a scratch. Okay, now that we've completed iteration 4, let's head on over to Anchor Point 5. Oh yeah, we're already here. Okay guys, by now you know the drill. Collect your rewards, activate your memory resonator, and head over to the next beacon to get that milestone completed. Alright guys, let's finish this next milestone off called Partners in Time, where we must help Polo search for patterns in the loop. It's super easy. All you have to do is grab a bunch of liquid sun from your solar ray, or ancestral memories from feeding creatures, which I chose, or somnal dust, which I'm pretty sure we haven't seen yet. So go choose whichever one you want and get a ton of it. Bring it back until the prompt reads 5 out of 5 to complete the next milestone named Partners in Time. Alright guys, let's complete the next milestone called a Shattered Pass, where we have to land on and investigate a derelict frigate. So head up into space and find the beacon. Alright, once you arrive, you have to battle through extreme cold elements, so look out for those heating rods as they will help your gear from breaking, and you from dying. Also, look out for space horrors as they have sacks all around this frigate, and in order to proceed through certain parts, you will need to battle your way through, so be very careful. These space horrors can climb on ceilings and flank you from behind very quickly. Don't do what I did and destroy 3 or 4 sacks at once. Just take your time and battle 1 sack at a time. Also, keep killing those sacks on the floors as well to collect somnal dust, as we will need it for an upcoming milestone. Now, let's keep locating those orange monitors, getting data, and pushing through, until we reach the final room interface to complete the last milestone named a Shattered Past. Alright guys, now that that nasty bit of business is done, let's go get our next milestone named Siren, where we have to construct the whale song flute. It's pretty easy, just go to any planet you want. By now you should have a ton of somnol dust from the frigate mission, and all you'll need is 32 somnol dust, 32 liquid sun, and 32 ancestral memories. So go get those and construct the flute. Alright, now that you've gathered all your materials, let's go ahead and build it to complete Siren. Alright guys, we're pretty much done now. Let's use the whale song flute in space. So let's call the Leviathan and submit to it. Once we've done those steps, we'll have completed the next milestone named Leviathan. Just reload your game now and head back into the expedition save to complete Iteration 5 and the expedition. Congratulations, fellow travelers, you've made it. Well, that about wraps up today's special episode of Expedition 7, Leviathan Redux. It was a long and difficult journey, but we made it. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you again next week for more ships, tips, multi-tools, planets, and nothing but no man's sky. All there's left to do now is head over to the anomaly on your main save and collect your well-deserved rewards. As always, have yourself a very happy holiday and do your best to stay positive through these strange times. Always remember that you matter. This is your friend the Traveler, signing out.
Smash that like button and tickle the little bell icon.